Hi, I'm Chef Joe. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make beef Wellington. Now this is a date night thing. This is date night or in-law, anybody you want to impress. This is the dish you want to make and you're going to be a hero. So without further ado, let's make beef Wellington. Okay, for beef Wellington, we're going to need about a 3 or 4 pound piece of beef tenderloin. This is probably a 3 pound beef tenderloin, all trimmed up. Make sure it's a center cut. Then I have about 2 ounces of bacon, 3 tablespoons of garlic. I have fresh chopped thyme. I have them separated because some of this is going to be for the duxelle mushrooms, and some of this is going to be for the Dijon mustard seasoning. I have 1 whole shallot peeled and diced or minced, 1 egg. I have duxelle mushrooms, and I'll show you how to do those in just a second. About 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 2 teaspoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of butter, and about a quarter, well, I'd say about 4 tablespoons of sherry. Okay, let's get into this. Also, you're going to need puff pastry sheets. You don't want the little, the little cups or anything like that. You want puff pastry sheets, and you can get them at the grocery store in the freezer. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is get this skillet hot. So let's turn it up, and you want it to be probably medium-high. About medium-high heat, because we're going to caramelize and sear this beef. And we're going to take a little bit of salt and pepper, and we're going to salt and pepper it all over. So I keep a blend of salt and pepper in here. So I just grab mostly pepper, a little bit of salt, and that's kind of how I roll with that. Okay, now we're going to bring this over here. I'm going to turn on the fan. Make sure your fan's turned on, because you're going to make some smoke. While that pan's getting hot, I'm going to show you how to duxelle some mushrooms. So basically what you want to do is you're going to chop them real fine, the real fine dice. So I'm just going to, I already chopped some up ahead of time, but you're just going to dunk the mushrooms in a little bit of water, get them clean. Let's set that aside. Take your knife. And then you just want to chop them up. Oops, get over here. Now, some people like to cut them up super fine, super small. I like to leave them a little bit chunky, not too chunky. They're going to shrink up a little bit when you saute them. I've even seen some people put them in the processor and process them up to like a paste. We're not going to do that. And that's pretty good. Okay. And we'll set this aside. And the mushrooms. And we'll just kind of straighten up a little bit here. Okay, let's check our pan. It's getting hot. I'm going to add a little olive oil. Oh yeah, see that smoke? A little bit of smoke in there. Now you're going to gently put your beef in. Let me remove this plate. And my lovely assistant, thank you. Now let that meat sit in there and get caramelized real nice and brown. All right, I'm going to roll it over. We got one side nice and caramelized. Let's do another side. We'll roll the other side. Get that other side there. Okay, now we're going to get the ends. Put in that hot oil. Now we will carefully flip it over. And we're going to remove it from the heat, put it on a plate, and we're going to let it cool down. Now with the same skillet, I'm going to dump off some of this grease into my dump pan. Now there's a lot of flavor still left in there. I'm going to turn it down, and we're going to cook our mushrooms. We're going to utilize that flavor that's still left in there from the meat. Throw a little bit of butter in there. Now I'll throw a little bit more butter in there. Now we're going to let those mushrooms caramelize. Okay, at this point, I think I will add some of the shallots. That's pretty good. Yeah, dump them in there. Why not? Some of the garlic. And the thyme. I may even add a little bit salt and pepper. Now let that saute for a minute, then we'll add the sherry. While that's going, we can make the Dijon mustard spread for the beef Wellington. So I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. A lot of people just put plain Dijon mustard. I like to build up the flavor on the Dijon mustard a little bit. Let's put the thyme and a little bit of brown sugar. And what this is going to do is going to kind of offset the tanginess and the tartness of the Dijon mustard. It'll really add a lot of flavor to it. There you go, look. That's how I like it. Move these. Set this aside. And everything's caramelizing very nicely here. Oh, almost forgot. The bacon. Sorry, we can do that right on the side here. Let's get this bacon caramelized. Oopsie. A lot of people use pancetta. You can use pancetta. I like to use the bacon. This is the bacon that I made in our home smoked bacon video. So, you know, when we slice it up and we have like ends and pieces, this is exactly what I use these ends and pieces for. Stuff like this. Bacon fat's going to end up drizzling into this mushrooms, and it's going to be fantastic. Okay, now's a good time to mix it all together. Now I'm going to add the sherry. We'll let that reduce down a little bit more. Okay, we're going to turn this off and we're going to let them cool. And we'll be right back and I'll show you how to put this thing together. Okay, our beef tenderloin has been resting for about a half an hour. It's nice and cool, as well as our sauteed duxelle mushrooms. So what I want to do is take the mustard that we prepared and we're going to slather it all over the beef. All over. Move it. That. Do this side. Move it around. Let's do it like this. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside. And I'm also going to set the mushrooms aside. because what we need to do next is put this plastic wrap out. So I pull out some plastic wrap. I need one. Scoot it down a little bit. Two. Kind of overlap it. Oop, covered up my gloves. Don't want to do that. Now you're going to take your prosciutto ham and we're going to put it right down the center. It's very thinly sliced up. If a piece falls off, that's fine. Just put it back like that. Maybe one more slice. We'll use this, one of these slices here. Okay. Now I'm going to spread our mushrooms on that. We're going to save a little bit for the top as well, because we're going to do another layer of prosciutto. This is a pretty hefty piece of meat right here, so we're going to put it, let's put it this way. There we go. And then let's put the rest of this on top. This way. Have it down. Okay. Have a few more pieces of prosciutto. I'm going to lay that across the top. And one across here. There we go. So I'm going to get coverage on all sides. Now, we're going to take this, roll it up this way, and we're also going to tuck this ham up underneath if we can. We're going to roll it, and it's going to roll over like that. Tuck that in, tuck that in, keep rolling. Now we're going to twist. Make it nice and tight. Now this goes in the refrigerator for approximately 45 minutes up to overnight. You can do this up a day ahead of time. If you're going to have a large group, big party or whatever, you can use a larger piece of beef if you need to. But this needs to be cold. We're going to chill this down. Be back to roll it up in the puff pastry in just a few minutes. Okay, we've refrigerated our tenderloin and prosciutto right here, and it's nice and solid. So now we're going to stuff it in the puff pastry. So let's grab some puff pastry. And I'm going to roll this out a little bit because I need this to be large enough to wrap around this tenderloin. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour. I'm going to open it up. Oops. Like that. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle it on top. And then with my rolling pin, let's stretch it out a little bit. Not too much. You don't want it too thin. We just want to make it a little bit bigger than what it is. this way. Come back this way. And that's going to be it right there. Now, I want to very carefully unwrap our beef. I'm going to put this right in the center, right like this. I'm going to take a little egg wash. I already have a little egg wash made up. And I'm going to do the ends over here so it sticks. Just go all the way around like that. Pull this over. Pull this one over. There you go. And we're going to fold this way. Turn around. Fold this one. Now I'm going to move this aside. Get some of this flour off of here. Which I should have got me a bench scraper previously. Now I have a parchment lined baking dish or sheet pan. I'm going to turn this and set it right on here. I'm going to brush some of this excess flour off of here. You don't need all that flour. Okay. I'm going to brush it with the egg wash. This is where you get to make it fancy. This is where you get to make it pretty and be creative. Where you can impress your family and friends. Okay. And by the way, my oven's already been preheating for about 15 minutes. It's at 400 degrees. So I want to take my fork and want to just make some little lines across, make them go sideways a little bit. You don't want to go too deep. Kind of go up this way. If you want to go this way, you can. If not, then don't worry about it. You can make like little crisscross designs. All across the side, down the side. Why not, right? Also, another thing you can do, I have some of these pre-made decorations here. If you want to make like a leaf design or whatever, you can do that. I have these little twists. You can just kind of like have them go across like this. Have another one go across the other way. Stick it under there, tuck it under, push it down a little bit. You can, here's another one. You can have it go like that, just kind of stick it under. Kind of make it look like a present. You can even do like, if it's springtime, you can do like a flower. Say, you can take, here's like the stem, let's put a little egg wash on there. Make it stick. Go like that. Then you can put like these little, first of all, let's do this. It'd be helpful if I put this on first, put the little flowers on first. And do that. Put one more under here. Now I can put this back on top. Okay, make like a little flower. Then here's some leaves. You want some leaves sticking up? You can do that. Do anything you want. Here's another one. Put another one down there. Maybe here. And you can just brush it with a little bit more egg wash. And then I like to just take for like the leaves, just kind of go like this. Make like a little leaf design. There you go. And little flowers. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. The rest of this, you can save the rest of this puff pastry for another thing. Maybe make the kids a little treat or something. So we're going to bake this in the oven, 400-degree oven, for approximately 35-40 minutes, or when your thermometer pulls out, you stick a thermometer in there and it reads 125 degrees. Then you're going to take it out, let it rest for 10 minutes before slice it up. Be right back when I pull this out. And here we go. We have our beef Wellington. I temped it out at 125, and this is the way it comes out. Now I'm about ready to slice it up and plate a piece, and we'll see how it is, right? What I normally do is cut off the end, because there's a lot of puff pastry there on the end. Cut off the end there. And then cut off a nice slice. Now the end part's always going to be a little bit more well done, but you can see, it's about medium. The closer you get to the center, it's going to be more medium rare. So I'm going to slice them up, and then we're going to have our little dinner party. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Please remember to click and subscribe, the subscribe button, and visit my website at www.chefjoeskitchen.org for more videos and recipes. Remember, food tastes best when it's simple and fresh and wrapped in puff pastry. See you later.